Hey guys, what's up? This is Terry with Mike, Lewis, and Justin from Yu-Gi-Oh! Teammate.
Yo.
Heyo.
Doing my first deck profile ever. Hope I do this alright, but I'm gonna show you guys a deck I built. It's Hyperion Herald. It's a pretty good deck. Doesn't get a lot of play in this format from what I've heard.
Actually, though, while it doesn't get a lot of play in the format, I feel like it should.
Yeah, it's one of those decks that it should get a lot of play, but it doesn't.
Kind of format for
I feel like it's a sleeper to be good in this format.
But anyway, we'll go ahead and get into it.
Right here.
First off, monsters. Triple Herald. Of course. Why not? When you run a Herald deck, 3 Heralds. He's really broke. Once per turn, or as many times during a turn as you want, discard a fairy card from your hand, negate a spell, trap, monster effect, destroy the card. Stackable.
I would say, and don't forget that stackability. That's what makes
because he can chain to someone else trying to negate his own effect, except for a counter trap.
You don't need no gold ghost. He has ulties.
Yeah, first dead ulties.
Have been since
did
it came
Herald
out.
come gold ghost?
Yes,
yeah.
he did.
That's hot.
Oh no, I like
Since
the
it's a Herald Hyperion, Trip Hyperions. He's
broke.
Other boss monster of this deck. Really good. Herald's
that's
discarding.
Secondary win condition.
Secondary win condition. He's really good with Herald because to the graveyard. Hyperion removes light monsters from the graveyard, destroy a card on the field. Sanctuaries on the field, you can do that twice. 2700 beater, a lot of things can't get around that. Next up, Trip Manju.
Perfect card for the
Perfect card for this deck. Search out your ritual spell or your monster. He's a light fairy. Also can be used in conjunction with either Herald of Orange or Earth to bring out Herald of Perfection.
It really doesn't look like it should be a light monster though. Look at that thing.
Yeah, don't it? Since you can't run 5 Manjus, 2 Senju. Of course, again, good searcher for Herald. Sometimes you find yourself having the ritual spell card in your hand more than the monster, so it's always good to have him around. Again, another sacrifice fodder for Herald.
Well, and because you know that you're not running
and I'm not running Sonic Bird either, because, well, he's not a light, and he's not a fairy.
And because
he breaks the consistency.
And he breaks consistency.
And because you know you're not running him, you automatically, if you don't have either the spell or the monster, you just automatically with Manju, you'll go for the
monster.
spell.
Yeah, with Manju you go for the spell. Dual Earth. Thank goodness. It's back to 2. That's all I'll run to. Help search out either another Earth or Venus, and gets you Hyperion and Sanctuaries on the field. Also, it's tuner, so you get that synchro option for either 6 stars, 8 stars, whatever you want to try for.
It's amazing how one card in a deck can come back and it starts winning again. One card.
And it only comes back up by 1.
It's not even the fact that card is so good that it brought the deck back or makes the deck so consistent. It's the fact that people feel safer. So there's more people running it.
Right.
So more people are tinkering with the build to try and figure out what's right for it.
Right. Triple Herald of Orange Light. Yeah, I know, this is a strange card to have in a deck. But the reason I run it is he's a good extra drop for an effect monster, just in case either you don't have Herald on the field, or if you run out of other options to use Herald. So he's a good backup, plus also, again, he's a tuner, and he's another good sacrifice drop for Herald.
With the numerous 4 stars, it's good to have some 2 stars in there to help make that exact 6.
That exact 6. If you're running fairies, double Christia. So good this format.
Yeah,
again, don't see why this deck doesn't get a lot of play. Of course, Christia, if you have exactly 4 fairies, you can special summon it, adds a fairy back to your hand, but that effect of no other player can special summon, broke. Good effect. Plus also, if it dies, back to the top of your deck, and with the fact that this deck has so good graveyard control with the removal and the constant discard, you always have a means of bringing it back.
Or if you run the build with Valhalla and you constantly have 4 fairies in the graveyard, you can just keep summoning
specialing it with
killing
Valhalla.
It and summoning.
I was okay with that because I got the draw.
Dual Venus. special summons Mystical Shine Ball. She's good to get out your materials for X Seeds, also materials for your ritual. She's not a bad monster. Good to have in the deck. Also, you can use her to rank 3 into Zen mains or Means of Rhythm, whichever one you wanted to go for. And because of her, Dual Shine Ball. Pay 500, bring out the Dual Shine Balls. I don't run 3 because I don't really have the room. I had to take out 1 to put in the second Earth, so I just run 2. But it's good. Bring out Venus, bring out these 2, go into Gotchi. You get yourself some extra defense for a couple turns.
Well, I mean, I understand why you would run 3. I mean, I get that, but if you've got in your build, the whole point is not the synchro. It's not to have the lights in the graveyard for Hyperion. The whole point is to get out your Herald.
And negate.
3 is way too cloggy for what you're trying to do.
Exactly. Honest.
Because everything's light.
Because everything in this deck is light.
Why do you want Honest?
You want to be a boss and put Marshmallow into attack mode with Honest to back it up? Go ahead.
Go for it.
You.
Marshmallow, just 1. I actually put him in here because I would have won a duel if I had this guy. Long story short, he's a good defensive wall in case you don't get Herald out. He's a good way to stall out so you get prepped to get Herald. That also and flip getting 1,000. And yeah, better than Reaper.
Reaper trolls me.
And I just put these guys in. I took out Soul Purity and Light. I used to run her, but I found this guy to be a lot more useful in this deck. Light Ray Sorcerer. Just 2.
2 is a good number.
Because 2 is a good number.
Heck yeah.
If you have 3 or more Lights banished, you can special summon him. Select one of them, shuffle it back into your deck, remove opponent's monster from play. He can't attack. He's good for this deck. Hyperion's banishing cards. 3 brings him out.
May not be a fairy, but he's a 6-star.
He's a 6-star.
So
can get Herald out if you need to.
Yeah, 1 card to chuck for Dawn.
That's
and having one card that's a non-fairy in there.
It really doesn't hurt it. Okay, that's it for the monsters. We'll get into the spell cards. Triple Dawn. Duh. You need Triple Dawn of the Herald, or you're going to really find yourself not getting it. I know a lot of people, when they used to run this deck, would run Advanced Ritual Art. I don't find that card to be very consistent for me. I've always ran Dawn with either build of Herald I've always ran. It's a good one. It's a good card, because whenever you use it, you can remove it from the graveyard to get one of the materials back. So say if you use Light Ray as the material, you can remove it, add Light Ray back to your hand. A few turns down the road after Hyperions come out, you can special summon your Light Ray.
The Advanced Ritual Art was just too inconsistent of a build with Mass Factory Reproduction.
Well, my thing with that, it was that you have to run those normal guys. And, I mean, the only normal guys
clogged it up.
Yeah, the only normal guys that you were really running, that you really wanted to run, were the Shine Balls.
Yeah.
Happy lover, man.
Dual Preparation Rites. It's a good card for this deck because it allows you to add Herald from your deck to your hand in case you don't have him. And it also lets you get back the spell card, if it's in your graveyard, back to your hand. So it's a good card for this deck. 1, Solitary Sanctuary. I don't need to run 2 because sometimes you don't necessarily need Earth's secondary effect nor Hyperion's secondary effect. So just 1 Sanctuary is all you really need. 1 Valhalla. As they said earlier, can special summon Christia. You can special summon Hyperion. Can't do it with Herald. Duh. But this is a really good card to help you get your fairies out faster. And also to summon your big monsters easier without tributes or their actual special requirements. And then staples, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. Duh. Every deck needs these 3, just in case. It's always good to have your backups.
That's your opinion.
Some people would beg to differ about that Heavy Storm and Dark Hole.
Well, right now with Starlight Road being everywhere, these are the chance cards.
See, you could use Heavy, and then they'll go to be like Starlight Road. You'd be like Negate with
Herald. Negate.
That deck I think is okay, but...
Yeah. Pot of Avarice. This deck, you need to get the cards back in your deck in case once you run too low. So this helps you get your deck back up so you can add fairies to your hand, keep your fairies, and keep the consistency going.
Avarice is avarice.
And that's all for the spells. We'll go into the traps. There aren't very many traps in this deck. Only 4 to be honest. 2 safe zone.
Well,
Dual safe zone. Again, 2 is a good number. Safe zone, Herald, equals win.
just about.
Pretty much, safe zone, the monster has to be in attack position to activate this. It equips to the monster. Basically, the monster can't be destroyed by targeted or destroyed by card effects, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. So Herald is pretty much safe. Plus, also he can keep safe zones safe from destruction by negating. So it's pretty hard to get around.
It's really hard to get around. It takes a lot of preparation.
And duel goes in match. This deck, this card, a lot of decks now run multiple attributes, 6 SAMs. Wind-ups. A lot of decks do multi-attribute. This card really hurts some. My deck doesn't hurt because, well, all lights.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Necro Valley, the rule of thumb for Necro Valley. The rule of thumb with Necro Valley is that if it doesn't hurt your deck, you should run it.
That's pretty much it for the main deck. Now, I have an extra deck together for it, but an extra deck for this deck is completely optional, because sometimes you may not need it, but it's always good to have those options, because you have the tuners, you have the ability to exceed, so it's always good to have those options. So with the synchros, you have Scrap Dragon, Stardust. Staples, really good to have as backups. And that's it really for the synchros right now.
Scrap Dragon and Herald are funny together.
Yeah, they are. You got a 2800 attack, 2800 defense. Really, not much people can get around that, and you can just blow up stuff. Another good one we got.
Malefic
for the Exceeds, rank 6 Swordbreaker. I know Photon Strike Bouncer is probably good. I'm not made of money though, so I can't really afford him, so this guy has to do. Dual Light Ray Sorcerers, and if you want to summon an extra Herald, if you've got the ability to bring him out, you can do that too. His effect isn't bad. Detach, choose a type. He destroys a type of monster, a monster of that type at the beginning of damage calculation, and he's 2700. He's not bad. Rank 3s, Giga Brilliant, Miserytham, and Zen Mains. Giga Brilliant to give you that extra boost in attack. He's also a light. You can remove it for Hyperion. Miserytham, he's pretty good. Double his attack. He becomes a 3000 for 1 turn. Not bad. And Zen Mains, good defensive options.
Insert standard rank 3 here.
Pretty much.
That's exactly what it is.
And rank 2, as I mentioned before, Gachi Gachi.
I said, this
pretty
is the
easy
one
to
card
get. This is the one card you will find yourself exceeding into the most. Because Venus, Double Shine Ball, Gachi.
It's about the only required side
It's pretty much the only required extra deck card. The rest of the extra deck is for you to play with, whatever you would want to put in.
Ooh, baby.
It's good, whatever you would like.
That's not what I was laughing
anyway,
about, but okay.
That's the deck for you. So thank you for watching, and rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace out.